we recording? Oh, wind! Yeah, I thought if I make a video about this land, then maybe I should make the video from here. Welcome everybody. If the wind permits me, I'd like to tell you today a little bit about this piece of land. So most of the videos you see are about my main house, that is on the other side of the village. But this is actually the property I bought first. 6 months before I bought the main house, in October 2020, I bought already this piece of land. And you can see a video from way before, when I did a small walk on this land to show you what is on the land and what is my idea with the land. But yeah, since then I also acquired the other house, and the plans for this property have changed a little. So I wanted to get into that with you. What are my plans for this property? And you already see in the title what I paid for the property. There are some bits and bobs about that. I'll tell you at the end of the video. So it doesn't seem a lot, right? 7,500 euro. It had some extra cost like the notary and stuff, which cost, I thought it was like 800 euros in total. And it delivered me these property papers. Well, these are actually not the papers you get now when you register. These are the papers from the former owner. It's kind of funny to see because they're kind of old papers. And yeah, you can see it's 2 parts that I bought, 2 articles. And the first part, let me see, how was this again? Yeah, so this is one part where we're sitting now, including the ruin you see behind me. And the nice little house that is behind you, that was also mentioned here on the property papers. But that got taken off because the former owner gave it away to another guy who doesn't want to sell. But it included kind of like where the camera is now, all the way down. Oh no, sorry. I'll show you in a bit where the other ruin is. So not this ruin. Where the other ruin is, it goes straight from the top to the bottom. And then it has like a small extension of the most fertile land here down. Which is also marked as a vegetable patch. How do they call it here? Let me see, this is the wrong paper. They call it an H. Yes, H. Horta. So that's probably was the most fertile land, and it looks like that also. We'll do a walk around in a bit so I can show you. But really funny to see like these papers I got. They have like the small drawing, and I'll put in some B-roll. And you can see exactly what part of land was used for what, like an olive garden or a vegetable garden, or yeah, they have about 40 or 50 different kind of types of land they can give it. Agriculture without water, agriculture with water. So that's kind of interesting to see, I think. I also got the same papers for the main house. But like I said, these are not the papers you're gonna get if you register a house now. This is from the old owner, and they decided to give that to me. I wonder how long it takes before the phone overheats. I'm kind of overheating already. It does give a nice picture, I think, right? So yeah, the first idea I had when buying this land was to actually live here as my main residence. This small little ruin is on the inside about 24 square meters. And it's like kind of a tiny house, right? And way back when I acquired it, I already, before I acquired it even, I made a small SketchUp of what I could put in 24 square meters. And to my surprise, that was quite a lot. So both these ruins are registered pre-1951, and this means that you don't need a habitation license to live in it. But there are a lot of restrictions compared to a house which does have a habitation license. I'm not gonna go into that in this video because then it's gonna be a very long video. But basically it means also that you have to restore this ruin with the original components that are used on the building. So as I understood it, not even different kind of stones, because it's stone, but it needs to be schist and it needs to have the old roof tiles. And I don't know if that's all true because I haven't got into that after I acquired the main house, what now has most of my focus. But as soon as we are done-ish on the main house, I want to start rebuilding this ruin first. But on a Portugal project you never know. This ruin needs to be taken down completely. I'll walk over there in a minute with you, but you can see maybe already that there's a big crack in it and the wall is falling down. So that one has to be completely taken. I wanted to have it completely taken down and rebuilt. And I would like to learn how to work with the schist stone. And maybe we can get somebody here who works with schist stone, who's really like one of the old Portuguese traditional workers with the schist stone, and get him to teach me and perhaps my audience or other people how to work with the schist stone. So that will be quite a project because working with the schist stone you really need to have patience. One thing that I lack sometimes. But that will be a challenge, right? I would love to make that a small habitable house, like a tiny house for people to stay in. And then the other ruin that you also see in a minute, yeah, that's actually, the walls are kind of good, but they're all standing up straight and they're not going anywhere, I mean. But part of the wall needs to be taken down because you would like to have some windows in there. You'll see in a bit. But also for this ruin you would like to have some windows in there, and it's not very high, so part of the wall probably will be taken down. Yeah, and what's the idea with this like terrace here we created, right? Some people accuse me of destructing nature. Did you see what it was like before? We even replanted the olive trees. We still need to see if they make it, but yeah, there's gonna be vegetation here because this is not the way that it's gonna look eventually. So my idea, yeah, this open field has a little bit of wind. So my idea is to get a lot of vegetation back here, but this soil that is now here is not really fertile. Are we still recording? I cannot see nothing on the screen. Yes, it seems to be still recording. Yeah, so this is not fertile, so we need to see how we can make this space more green and have more plants and maybe a tree or something. I'll explain a little bit more in a bit. It's time for a walk around. How far are we? Yes, let's do a walk around. So yeah, let's do a little walk around the property and see what we have here. And after that I'll explain to you a little what we've done and what are the future plans. So this is the small ruin I was talking about. So on the inside it's about 24 square meters. And on the outside here you can see a very big crack that they tried to cement in also. What is happening here is that it's built also on the hill, and over the years it's slowly falling down. The breeze is very nice with the weather, but it doesn't allow for good audio during the recording. So yeah, I really don't want to try and restore this because it will be falling down more, and it's quite impossible, I think, to keep this together. If we go inside, you can see here in the top is the top beam, and because this wall is falling down, for instance, the top beam here has a very little left it's hanging on. So that is not really a safe construction at the moment. I did, however, repair this last year because I wanted to store some stuff here. And this was just an open hole. And because the ground level is like right here on the outside, you could almost just walk in here. So this was my first rafter experiment, which actually turned out pretty good. But yeah, this is what like 24 square meters looks like. And then of course you could, because in Portugal you mostly live outside, you could extend like the outside with a nice porch with maybe an outside kitchen and an outside shower. And that would have made for me a very good livable area all year round. Nice wood burner. I had it all figured out until I bought the other property. And it's a self-closing door, so what more do you want? So the property actually ends right behind the ruin here and goes down to a small stream that is here, what is the other border of my land. And from the aerial you can also see where are the borders. And this is the one on the bottom. Let's walk over to the stream. Yeah, you need to be careful here because you can just walk and drop 2.5 meters. This is the stream. And with all the vegetation you can't see it, but it's at least 2.5 meters deep here. And extends like that. And the water comes from this side and moves here along that way. What I eventually want to do is like create a small dam here, so the stream keeps some of the water for us to use. And there is not much happening downstream, although it will overflow and then all the rest of the water will still go downstream. It has a lot of olive trees that we pruned very nicely last year and now are completely overgrown again. Let's follow along the stream so you can see what is all growing in here. Almost trees that are growing in here. My sister also cleared this out like, oh, that's almost 2 years ago. No, 1.5 years ago. But yeah, even the same year already this all grew back in. So there really needs to be water in there to keep some of this vegetation out. Here's the Portuguese pear thingy. Quinches. Some vines. And then the stream continues here and goes up And here's the village. It goes just besides the village. So this is like the horta they had, like where they would grow like the vegetables and stuff. So this ground needs very much refertilizing, but it's near the stream, and it's where they used to grow the vegetables. Here we come to the other ruin. And this is such a cute little thing. So this is set into the hill. The roof here is almost on the same level as the soil is here. And here on the left side they built a retaining wall. It was still intact when I bought it, but it's slowly crumbling down. You see here also, it's getting a belly. So we're gonna redo part of this. And then there is this cute little thing here. So it's not that low. I can actually stand up in here. Not completely in the corner, but so this is a it looks smaller, but it's 25 square meter. And the other one was 4 by 6, give or take. So this is actually bigger. It's a lot less height. Não muito alto. It's not very high. What they used to do here, I think, is make the wine. Because it has the drainage like on the bottom. So it's probably not from water. And they, I think they put all the grapes in here and then press them. So yeah, this could make another like really cool tiny house. But yeah, we need some windows here so you can look on the land. And it needs a little bit more height, I think. So these two projects, this ruin and where is he? The other one. This will probably be the two projects for the next year. We're gonna finish the main house this year. And then probably this we're gonna do in 23. The both of them. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. Because I really love these two small little houses. And because my region here in Portugal is mostly schist, I love to get to know how to work with the schist. So if we then move a little bit up again, you can see here, right next to the vegetation here, is where the other property border is. If you look on this side, you see where Miguel cut back the land, and this is exactly my border. You can see this, not exactly, by the cornerstones. Not a cornerstone, a marking stone for the property border. So actually that extends like that. Yeah, and then we have this marvelous plateau here. Whew. Hot in the valley tonight. No, during the day. Hot in the valley today. So yeah, what can you do here, right? I want to let people stay here. For now, people can stay here also. I have electricity already, but I cannot have any paying customers. I can only have like volunteers helping me out, or maybe family or friends who want to stay here. Because eventually I would like to have here a sort of a camping site or a camper site. We need to see what are the possibilities to do in this region and how easy how hard it is going to be to get and obtain licenses for this kind of activities. So for now, it's just for not paying people. It's not really attractive also at the moment, but there's going to be a lot of change here, guys. But if people want to help out, like with the build or help out in any other kind of way, they could drive their van here and stay here. I already have electricity connected here, and soon we will also have water connected here. Now this is all gonna be an investment, right? Because all the things you do cost money. Well, not the labor, because I work myself to death. I work me and Dwarf to death. But no, like Miguel spent like 3 days here doing making the terrace, and this, for instance, costed 800 euro. And I had the electricity done. Let's walk over there for a minute. So here they created this sort of small wall and put in the electricity boxes and got everything connected. And in total this was like 1,500 euro. And it was half for creating the wall and connecting everything up. Putting all the materials in there. And then the other 750 was for EDP to actually connect it and get me connected to the grid. So besides the 7,500, we have now also, what is it, 2,300 invested in here. Yeah, invested because I still look at it as a project and I want to eventually make some money here to live here. Not needing to sit behind the computer to work all the time. So yeah, of course we're going to create some stairs that go down so you can access the land easily. And then preferably, but it's going to cost a lot of wood probably, I want to make some sort of deckings where you could like park your van next to, or your caravan. So you have a little bit of like a wood terrace where you can stay on. Eventually I would like to also have like in the different levels maybe a wooden walkway that extends half over the level, so you have a nice view from a walkway like over the garden. And we'll probably have some animals also here, but that's all to be determined this summer. But really guys, it's a beautiful place to stay. It's really remarkable. And the silence. Can you hear the silence? Yeah, wind. And a bird. Oh, he's still good. So, but yeah, the title said 7,500 for the piece of land. That was in October 2020. If you have been looking for property in Portugal for the last period, you probably noticed that all the prices in Portugal are going up, and quite rapidly also. So you cannot actually buy this kind of property anymore for 7,500. I think for this property you would now pay maybe, if they would advertise it for 12, I think it would be sold. So for 1.5 years, 80% increase. But yeah, I got way bigger plans than to sell it now for 15,000. Follow the channel and find out. So what maybe would be a nice idea for people who are interested in properties in Portugal and who follow the channel is if we try and find maybe this same sort of land and see what you can buy it for now. So I was thinking somewhere in the next couple of weeks I'll make another video and then I'll go scouting for the same sort of property and get information on that property, and maybe we can see if we even can negotiate what the price would be, because everything is now advertised a little bit higher. Because also the Portuguese are seeing again the potential from these pieces of land. And let's be fair, 15,000 for 4,800 square meters with two small ruins where you could live in. You could even, like, because it's two plots, you could even like sell off half of the property, and yeah, you would I could easily sell that part off for 7,500. So my land would have been for free then. Now, to get all the things done, I need a lot more thousands of euros. But we'll get there. I hope you find this video interesting. If you do, give the video a like. If you like more of the Portugal project videos, maybe it's nice to take a subscription. Ooh, lovely breeze. And leave a comment if you have any questions about my piece of land. See you all in the next video. Bye. Thank you for watching another video of the Portugal project. If you want to follow the Portugal project more closely, you can also add it on Facebook. Or add me on my personal account on Facebook or Instagram. See you next time at the Portugal project.